top of the morning to you. I think I have to do something quick. Alright. Okay. So today we are going to be playing the tectonic order. Tectonic, I don't know. But basically, we're just gonna form Prussia, then Germany. Showcase number 2, because yeah. I've tried to record this video like 3 times now. Every time OBS has just bent me over. Justify Pomerania. Wolgast. It's gonna be awkward at the start because nothing much to talk about. There is some stuff I need to change right now. I guess while we're rating, I can just show off some of the stuff that we have right now. Got a whole bunch of formables. Oh, Jesus Christ, sorry. No, crap. Yeah, thank you, Roblox. You let me do it beforehand. I know there's nothing wrong with this, you just want to be a pain in the ass. That's the spelling for Hohenzollern. Thank you. And yeah, this is gonna be very slow at the start for various reasons. But ever since last update or showcase, I've added some base modifiers for the Ottomanids, otherwise the Ottomans. Lag spike. Byzantium or East Rome, France, and England. I've added, I don't think too many more formables actually, besides a whole new world, which is discovered the new world. Not really anything. I've worked on the colony island. Okay. I've done some work on the colonization stuff a bit. As I've added I've added uncolonized regions. So there's New England, New Jersey, Virginia, Ohio, Ontario, Quebec, Carolinas, Southern America. There's Louisiana, Texas, Deseret, Wyoming. Don't ask why you're so big. There's Oregon, the Californias, Arizona, we got northern Mexico. Probably divide this up a little more because it's very. Oh, jeez. That's southern Mexico. Made sure I divided North America a little bit more and other places. Like, I mean, Uganda's not a good example, but Congo. Made sure I divided South America decent amount. I probably will divide it more because the Americas is where most people will be going to colonize. But yeah. Let's just get out of debt. But yeah, I divided India up a lot. Afghanistan, Central Asia, Mongolia, Manchuria, the Tibetan Plateau, Vietnam, Da Nang, Degar, Saigon, Kantho. Now, colonization of India and Asia is going to be open straight from the start, so as the Great Horde or one of these Russian nations or Persia colonizing Asia is definitely a way to go, the way to go, because you've got cities like Delhi, Mumbai, West Bengal, well not West Bengal, Kolkata, I think, as I say it, Dhaka, and then obviously China is going to have a lot of population. I don't know how much, 36 million, but for this is a lot because, you know, most of these nations only have 2 million. Obviously bigger nations like England, I think 6 million, Castile, Aragon, 5 million, Naples, 2 million, Hungary, 5 million, even Moscow, they only have 6 million. Lithuania, 5 million, Poland, 2 million. I think Germany as a whole only has 17 million. That's not a lot. Yeah, now obviously there's some stuff like this. This doesn't quite make sense for Sweden, for Helsinki, Finland to be more populated than Stockholm. Let's research some economics on that. Actually, we can do a little more than that. Jesus, sorry. But yeah. I have added a bunch of formables and paths for a lot of these nations. Like here, Kingdom of Russia. We have the Kingdom of Russia, and then the Tsardom of Russia. The Kingdom of Russia is a formable for Novgorod. I added this, so there's there's a reason for Novgorod and Muscovy to have a decent starting formable that would give them good modifiers, because Kingdom of Russia, I don't think it need that much. Let me see. For the de facto Russia. Yeah. Now this is supposed to be in direct competition with Muscovy. Find it. Which is a formable you can do for the Grand Principality of Moscow. And this would add a direct reason for Moscow and Novgorod to fight, besides just forming Russia. Is obviously, can have two Russias. Let's see. There's a Norwegian realm formable for Norway. You can check that out. Of course, I think that this is a cool formable. It's very overpowered. You get a lot of obviously get a lot of the Nordics, Northern Europe. You get Britain, Greenland, Iceland. The Greenland is the only nation in the Americas that will be open to colonization, like as soon as the game starts. But other than that, there's Normandy. This is basically just a Viking nation. Yeah. There's a lot of just random formables I thought that'd be nice to throw in. Like there's the United Principalities, which is formable for Wallachia and Moldavia, which is which is a formable for the remaining nations. This is just United Principalities, Principality Moldavia, Principality Wallachia, and then that allows them to form the Kingdom of somewhere here. Yeah, Kingdom of Romania, which is just World War II Romania borders. Well, before World War II Romania borders. There is a Kingdom of Belgium formable for Flanders and I believe Hainaut. Let's get check that. Okay, yeah. Honestly, it's just Belgium with this one Dutch province, and this gives you the mission. Find it. Okay, well I can't find it, but it gives them, yeah, right, okay, right here. only Belgium can do this, but it's just the Congo. But yeah. Anything but yeah. Basically, if there's a Flanders or Hainaut of player, like form Belgium, and then they can discover Africa and begin the colonization of Africa early. Oh, alright. But I'm gonna stop talking about I'm gonna talk about Germany, cause the way I want Germany to be is obviously Prussia. Or the TEUTONIc order. They're probably gonna dominate because they're supposed. It's gonna be Bavaria. I would say really Saxony. Yeah, Württemberg, Baden, even Austria, and France, Netherlands, and Poland. All of these are gonna have to be kind of a factor in how Germany functions. Obviously, most people who form Germany are gonna be like, well, time to just mow through all of Europe. But I'd say that's more for France. The way France's modifier is, which I can show you right now. Yeah, the French dynasty. Coaching gain, but it gets -10 ground starting experience, +5 attack, -6 recruitment time, and I'll give them a manpower boost later. But they're kind of be the ones who are gonna try and mow through Europe. While England can become France because the end of an empire. Essentially becomes France, or they can, get into the colonization game. Just fight on that. Just fight next but even just Munster, because Westphalia, Württemberg, Bavaria, even Denmark might play a very big role in Germany, because obviously Denmark is a rather big nation, at least compared to these German states, because obviously 100,000, 1 million, yeah, and obviously I wouldn't really expect there to be a Norway player, but obviously Denmark is going to play a big role in Germany. So will Holland, and like I said, there's all nations too. There's also, that's about it. But yeah, the way Germany's gonna function is gonna be it's supposed to be more of the France. Not like surrendering per se, but it's supposed to be more diplomatic rather than just killing everyone in its way. So rather than Germany being the main center of Europe and having to constantly fight on each side, which they might, they're mainly going to have to focus on France rather than the East, because I feel like the East or the South would more focus on the Ottomans. So the German player, if they do form Germany or the German Empire or whatever, they're gonna, but no, the Kingdom of Germany. They're going to be more focused on defending from France and Britain, rather than everyone. So that's why I planned on making the Kingdom of Germany, um, the Kingdom of Germany more of a, how to put this, more of a peaceful Germany, rather than the German Empire, which for Prussia, it's gonna give them very good military modifiers, and is essentially just gonna make them the military powerhouse. Now, would I suggest becoming the military powerhouse of Europe? I don't know. I wouldn't suggest it fully, because you have to worry about the the Mamluks, the Tunisians, you know, the Muslims in the south. So, and obviously, if they're not going to attack each other and kind of partner up against Catholic Europe, obviously that leaves you, this whole powerhouse of Europe, kind of stuck in the middle. Meaning, you're just going to get destroyed on all sides, because obviously they're gonna, despite you being strong militarily, you're gonna be outnumbered, and overall it's just not going to be pretty. Oh Jesus! Excuse me. Oh Jesus! Sorry. It was, yeah. The Kingdom of Germany is going to be more of a peaceful, more liberal way of playing as Germany, because you're going to be more focused on making alliances with nations around you rather than steamrolling them. Now, obviously, you can just, kill them, but would I suggest it? No. But yeah, that's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want Germany to be. Rather than, so France and Germany have kind of swapped roles. So France being the more diplomatic one, trying to make alliances around them. Germany is, well, France is trying to steamroll eastward and down south towards Spain. I think the game's kind of loud, so I'm just gonna lower that for you guys. Alright. Now, there's a few examples I like to show. Empire of France, Frankish Empire. I'm probably gonna add the Holy Roman Empire onto here if I am gonna keep the HRE. I probably won't, but if I do, I will give the HRE the ability to just form the extent of the HRE, or it's the Kingdom of Germany essentially. I'll just make them form the Kingdom of Germany, or I'll give them the Frankish Empire, which obviously, yeah, it's the Frankish Empire. We all know what this looks like. Because, Charlemagne first, if I'm not being dumb, Charlemagne was the one who was the first Holy Roman Empire emperor. If I'm not being dumb. Sorry if I am. But, yeah. Now, Now, I want people to colonize directly, and there's a reason why. Obviously, you if you watched at least a little bit of my first showcase, you would have seen that. Unless I remove that. Forming wrong, but age of exploration. You get this when you discover the Americas. When any nation discovers the Americas. Um, naval costs, naval upkeep, and TEUTONIC. But it gives you back your second diplomatic action, and that is why discovering the Americas is going to be such an important thing, and why I want people to colonize. Suggested nations to colonize is obviously Castile or Spain. Actually, I can just show you all these guys can capture. If we look here, the Netherlands, I would not say so because they need a lot of land. Britain, not really. You can. Netherlands, Portugal, not too bad. You just need some Brazilian stuff. I'm gonna go over that. Don't want to make a mess. Now Russia. Russia can discover the Americas, but they're gonna need Alaska, so safe to say they probably won't. But they can if everyone else is late. Then there's Scandinavia, which is Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. They need Jersey and the Virgin Islands and southern Greenland. And Spain is the nation that is supposed to discover the Americas. They just need these few little islands here. Hispaniola and Cuba. Probably gonna make the Bahamas its own undiscovered territory rather than Cuba. You can form these while at war. Change that. But so you don't have to take over the entire nation, entire undiscovered territory. Yeah. I want to talk about modifiers real quick because every nation, maybe not every nation, but all of the nations are gonna have starting modifiers. So the Great Horde, Moscow, Novgorod, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, Serbia. Basically, just a whole bunch of nations are gonna have starting modifiers. And this is gonna take me a while. But basically, the Fallen Bulls aren't supposed to give them new modifiers. They're supposed to build on to their modifiers, on the starting modifiers. So their starting modifiers might not be too good from the start. But they will. But as time goes on, so right now we're playing Teutonic Order. Their starting modifiers aren't gonna be the best, but they're gonna be towards the military, and I'll make the military a little stronger. But Prussia, between Prussia, there's no modifier now, but it will add on to the starting modifier. So look at Berlin. And now, if if no one colonizes, is what I'm trying to say, don't think the game will last a long time. So I'd say around maybe 1360. I'll just make it so um colonization can anyone can hold on, just checking something. Anyways, um, but yeah, what was it? I forgot. Oh, God damn it. Then yeah, you get what I mean. So there's specific, there's specific like formables. There's specific modifiers. Um, there's specific formable for a nation like Germany or Prussia, like Prussia or the German Empire. These will directly add on to whatever modifiers I'm going to give to the Teutons as as you, there should be a reason to form other than just to form. So yeah, we can this. We're just gonna gather some justifications, and then we're just gonna rampage. But yeah. Now Germany is going to be a very hard formable, which is why I'm going to give as many German nations as I can a formable that I can do to start the build up towards forming the Kingdom of Germany. Because the German Empire, I will probably only give to, at most, Sac, well, Meissen, Saxe-Wittenberg, Mecklenburg, and I'm gonna do a little more research, but other nations that were that supported the unification of Germany in 1871. But yeah, like here, Bavaria, they can, you can unite. What the hell am I saying? You can unite the Bavarias, form a solid Bavarian state. I will probably add a South German kingdom, like we do in Rom. But obviously Prussia, you got the Kingdom Saxony, Meissen or Saxe-Wittenberg can form this. Saxony, along with Lusitania. There's Westphalia for Munster. There's also Württemberg, the Kingdom of Württemberg for County Württemberg. Um, yeah, that's about it. Um, I do want to add more formables for germinations, so the build-up for Germany isn't as painful. Now, a nation that can form the Frankish Empire is this nation here, the Duchy of Guelders. Now, why Guelders? Aachen doesn't actually exist, which is the capital of the Holy Roman Empire and I believe the Frankish Empire. Or at least was where, at least is where, what's his name? Um, Charlemagne was born. So, this was the closest city besides Liège. Uh, besides Liège and the capital of the HRE, Maastricht, which was also, which is also near Aachen in this general area. That also wouldn't take away from nearby nations too much. I might change it if I do just break up the HRE and might change it so just Brabant or Liège can just form the HRE, not the HRE, the Frankish Empire. I hope I haven't been saying the HRE this whole time. But anyways, yeah. Wow, all of these are terrible. Well, not terrible, just not helpful right now. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, I've been researching this whole time. Now, I like to talk about the Eastern Europe. There's a few fumbles here. Um, I did add a kingdom of the Ukraine, which can be formed by Ruthenia and Kiev. Actually, no, this isn't Ruthenia, but it's Galicia, but it's about the same thing. Sorry to anyone who's offended by that. Now, it's a very large chunk of the Golden Horde. I wouldn't expect you to see this often, or at all. But yeah. There's obviously, like I said earlier, Muscovy, King of Russia, and I really like this Empire of Russia flag. It's very nice. Obviously, Empire of Russia. If this does get formed, it will definitely be by far the strongest nation on the map. Because you will probably never see this, so I will probably give it not overpowered, but some decently good modifiers. Well, not decently good, very good modifiers. Now there is two Poland-Lithuania phone bowls. There's the Commonwealth, which is just this small blob here. And then there's also the Commonwealth of Poland and Lithuania, which is much larger because I don't want Poland Lithuania to just be either a powerhouse or moderate. I want it to grow over time, like it actually did. Poland Lithuania wasn't just oh wasn't just the powerhouse of Eastern Europe right out the gate. It was built up. But for right now, there's not that much besides Turkey. There's a Karamanid Empire. Is decently big. There is a kingdom of Anatolia, which can be formed by all nations in Anatolia or Turkey. Again, just the peninsula. Although the Ottomans, if they do want to form this, cannot form the Ottoman Sultanate. I will add certain buffs to this, but it will be suggested if you go down this path that you don't go into Europe, but rather go eastward down south. And overall, this is not the phone bar I would suggest if you want to go play as the Ottomanids. Because the Ottoman Sultanate, obviously, you got European territories. Also, you get your European territories. And you also will get a lot of missions, which will allow you to go south or eastward. And obviously to form the Ottoman Empire. Again, modifiers for this will be very good because you will never see this. Definitely, you will definitely never see this. If you do, that is very crazy. But yeah, why is this? Wait, why is that like that? No, I can't update it. There is also an Empire of Georgia. Which, yeah, basically just all Caucasia. There's a Circassia. Formal print, I think it's the Princedom of Circassia. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'd like to jump over here to the Netherlands. Netherlands is sort of like Poland, Lithuania. Holland, Utrecht, and Guelders can form the Republic of the Netherlands, which is just this smaller blob here, I think. Yeah. But the Republic of the Netherlands can colonize. I don't know what I say. Colonialize. I don't know. To form the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which is the lowlands, Dutch colonial America, South Africa, and Indonesia, or the Dutch East India Company. aka this is essentially the Dutch Empire. There's also the UK. Now, the UK can either form, well, England, I should say, can form either the UK or the Angevin Empire. Which is this. Um, no, this is because they obviously can't. It'd be very overpowered if they can form both, and it obviously would make sense. And obviously, the UK can just invade France. Obviously, you wouldn't get the cores right away, but yeah, this taking long because I'm kind of explaining stuff to you, but so sorry. Um, the Empire of France. Now, this isn't a formable for France, as you might expect. This is a formable for like these French nations, because France has Unite the French, which is just French borders, while the French Empire is essentially just the same borders, but these nations like Nevers, Provence, Dauphine, Maricora. I don't think can Britain. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't think Brittany can do it form, but ANU, also ANU can form the Angevin Empire. This County of Maine, Lorraine, Strasbourg, Metz, Liège, Burgundy. All these nations can form Empire of France, or the French Empire, and they will get the French discover the New World formables, which actually I don't think I showed you. Which is kind of similar to the British one, but yeah, this is gonna be very tough to acquire. But yeah. There is Persia. There's two Persia formables. There's the Empire of Persia, which is the second formable, and then there's the Kingdom of Persia. Is the Kingdom of Persia, and obviously you unlock the Empire of Persia formable by forming the Kingdom of Persia, which is essentially just the Persian Empire at its height. I'm gonna give it a different flag eventually. I don't want to try to upload. For some reason it was blocked by Roblox, but yeah. There's the Archduchy of Austria, which is a formable for Austria and Styria, which is just like this eastern region of Austria. And then this gives them the Empire of Austria formable, which is obviously just the Austrian Empire at its height. I guess I can add an Austro-Hungarian monarchy one. Excuse me. I'm not 100% sure if I will. I would like to give Hungary a formable, but I don't know. It seems very stereotypical to have a Austro-Hungarian Empire. I feel like everyone does the Austro-Hungarian Empire rather than the Austrian Empire. This doesn't really make sense to me personally. The Austro-Hungarian Empire was less of an Austro-Hungarian Empire, more just an Austrian Empire with Hungary mentioned. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to doing the Balkans yet because I really haven't thought of anything. But there is a Kingdom of Italy formable. If you look here, basically, obviously, every nation here on the time period so they can inform it. You know what you would expect from Italian formable. I did not include Corsica, Sardinia, or Corsica, but I did include Monaco and Istria. But yeah. The Spain flag. I made this Spain flag myself. I like it a lot. Um, yes. I was saying Spain. I didn't include Granada and all of Navarra, but yeah. Now, Truce of Fumble, Union of Iberia. An Iberian Union Fumble is a thing. Yeah, every nation on Iberia can form this, including the Emirate of Granada, which is just all of Iberia, Sardinia, Aragon, and Naples. Now, it might be kind of confusing why this is involved, but you want more of a reason to form it, rather than Spain if you're playing as Spanish countries. But it also gives Portugal a formable that's very good and will give them will give them the strength to colonize. Would I fully suggest Portugal? I don't know. I probably will give them buffs in colonialism, and I will also probably give them a Discover Africa formable because they're kind of the main ones. They were one of the very main ones in the trade. I think I'll get in trouble with YouTube if I say it. But there is a United Kingdom of Portugal, which is just a bunch of dots of Portuguese colonies around Africa and Asia. Cape of Good Hope, Angola, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Cabo Verde, and the Azores and Madeira. Sorry if I am talking a lot. I just really want to show off some of the stuff here. Not really focusing on the main thing. But yeah, I think what I'll do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think what I'll do for right now is I'll just gather all my justifications, and I'll come back to you when I have all those. Alright. Let's start. I guess we'll just. And believe. What am I missing? God damn it. Wait. Let's just well, okay. Whoa, that's crazy. How'd we get that? Anyways. Ooh, lag spike, wow. Let's just get our final justification on Croatia. Whoa, how'd that turn on? I didn't know it was on. Okay. And blah blah blah. From Germany, the German folk have been divided for too long. We must unite and conquer as far as we can to never crumble again. Excellent. Anyways, yeah. This, depending on how you play the game, will definitely make you the strongest nation. Now, going back on how I want Germany, the Kingdom of Germany specifically, to be structured is, I think it would be, I feel like it's best if this becomes, per se, the USA of the map. It'd probably be better if you went, say, for democracy. Democracy. so you could have a lot of income. And obviously, if you know how to play democracies, I'd suggest that you do Germany and form the Kingdom of Germany. And if you want to do the German Empire and become a powerhouse, play the Teutonic Order, Brandenburg, and form Prussia. I might also give Prussia and the German Empire to we'll guess Pomerania and Saxe-Wittenberg, maybe Magdeburg. But other than that, yeah. If you do want to, let me just if you do really want to just become an economic powerhouse of Europe, the map essentially, that's the way to go. Uh, Maybe don't go full democracy. Maybe go per se liberalism. So effects aren't as hard, but still, this is how I kind of want the Kingdom of Germany to be structured. More liberal, more democratized, rather than the nationalist or German Empire. Whole point is you're supposed to be, like I said, uh, France and Germany kind of swap roles here, and yeah, that's kind of just how I want Germany to work. Obviously, you don't have to follow what I say. Uh, free roam. Uh, I feel like it'll be interesting to see what paths Germany players take if I when I do host it. Um, I'm still looking for a Discord server on where I could host it. I was thinking the Ron Discord server, which I might, but I'll just have to I'll have to re I'll have to go over some of the stuff. If there are any rules that I have to follow first. But other than that, I'll probably host it in the Ron server in the Rise of Discord. Um, there's also a few YouTubers Discord servers I might host them, just for a wider array. But other than that, thank you for watching. If you did watch all this, um, thank you for listening to my yap. I would have put music, but last time I did, it kind of fucked up the recording and made it very laggy. And overall, just kind of made the video very unwatchable. And have a great night. If it's nighttime for you, have a great morning. If it's morning for you, and overall, just have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.